Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another game for you. This one is going to be a 2 versus 2 on madferit, which is the Boneyard. This game is actually from the European server and sent to me by a German team. So a couple of fans of my channel back there in Europe, so it's pretty exciting. Anyway, I'm looking forward to casting this European Starcraft game. It will be between madferit, the red Zerg player, and his teammate will be Jnrby. How about JN? He is the blue Zerg, and their opponents will be Guzz, the teal Terran, and TheAnswer, the purple Zerg. I've been trying to do this mouse drag stuff, and I might continue trying it, but I feel like it was throwing me off my game a little bit last cast, or maybe that was just the weirdness of that game. I don't know, but the keyboard scroll just feels so comfortable. It's so natural. It's so tempting, man. It's so tempting. Anyway, the Boneyard, or madferit. I like this map. I like it a lot. And let's see, we have a close spawn here, though really all the spawns are kind of close spawns on this map, but I'm not sure if Guzz actually ever saw this overlord or not. I think this was microed pretty well here by madferit to avoid detection as long as possible and force the team, Guzz and TheAnswer, to actually scout. We have a 2 racks opening though from Guzz, and you guys have heard me say this before. In 2s or 3s, 4s, whatever, most of the time, I guess 3s and 4s I shouldn't be talking about, but in 2s, when you have 2 of the same race, you're generally at a disadvantage versus a team that has 2 different races, just because there's less possibilities. But really, you can still win, obviously, as 2 of the same race. It's mostly about skill. But one opening I've seen from dual Zerg players quite a bit, that seems to be very effective against a lot of builds, is the Baneling Zergling opener. And so we'll see if they try and do that at all, as there's no fast hatchery going down in the back. TheAnswer already sending a couple of scouting Zerglings in here, and there's no defenses whatsoever. Looks like they may actually get a drone kill, make it maybe 2 drone kills here. They are going to get 2 drone kills and will also be able to survive there. So madferit really needs to get a couple of Zerglings out, as he is doing that right now, but he has them rallied over to that drone. I'm not so sure why. Now we are going to be able to clean up this little bit of harassment as there's actually a roach warren going down from Jnrby, and I want to say Ginobili. Oh man, can you guys believe there's no NBA season? No basketball right now? Oh my god. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm just going to have to cast more Starcraft, I guess. So anyway, what do we have here? We have Marines piling up here from Guzz. God, this mouse scroll, I feel like I need to use, I'm not even using my left hand at all when I'm not using this mouse scroll, and it just seems like a waste of my potential. I'm gonna go back to the keyboard scroll, I think. Let me know what you guys think. If I'm just following a battle, a little army or something, I just need to nudge a little bit, I'll try and use it. But otherwise, I'm gonna go with the keyboard scroll, as we do have some Zerglings and Marines pressing out here. Pretty powerful attack, but it looks like there is going to be enough to hold this off. There are a lot of roaches popping out the last minute for Jnrby. And now the Marines microing, shooting and scooting backwards. Some more Zerglings streaming in from TheAnswer are going to get a surround on these roaches with the DPS of these Marines. It looks like they may be able to kill all these roaches. It is going to be very close right now. There's also a Baneling's Nest just about finishing for madferit. And that is going to be pivotal to deal with these mass Marines from Guzz. We'll see if he continues to stream them down here, skipping his chance there to kill an Overlord. Going to be streaming his Marines down into the base. And it does not look like that was the best idea there from Guzz. I feel like he could have gone after this Overlord and waited for some Zergling reinforcements. Now he lost that ball of Marines. These Zerglings are going to be a lot less effective, but TheAnswer is going to run into the middle line, running away from the Banelings from madferit are chasing the Zerglings all the way back here. And it looks like one more Baneling going to take care of the last few of those Zerglings. So not the best efficiency of the Banelings, but I'm telling you, it's a lot harder than it looks to try and micro those Banelings against Speedlings. They're so fast. It's very hard to do. So yeah, not a perfectly played game up to this point, but I don't think you guys really expect that as much. But Guzz, I'm not so sure about the decision. You notice that back there. I think Guzz could have sat here, picked off an Overlord, backed up a little bit, and once he had the cover of those Zerglings, maybe been able to do some more damage. So now they are going to be in a bit of trouble here. There's Banelings and Roaches coming, and this bunker getting down just in time here for Guzz is going to be huge. This bunker is going to be so huge, but there will be enough Banelings once these three morph in to take out both of these depots. There's one tank out here now for Guzz, but the siege tech is almost complete. He needs 15 more seconds, and it does not look like he is going to have enough time to get that siege mode out before he really needs it, as the Banelings are going to bust down the supply depot, and the Roaches here are a little bit too far in the front. They need to get out of the way so the Zerglings can stream in. It looks like the SCVs here from Guzz are surrounding this tank where they need to be trying to repair this bunker right now. The tank is quickly going to go down. This other tank is going to go down. Drones being pulled off the line from TheAnswer. The Queen and some Roaches of his own now off the line to try and defend. These Marauders are going to be huge from Guzz, coming out at the last second here, going to be able to take out these Roaches, and I think the team on the right is going to be able to hold this attack off. Well done there. A nice hold. Very close battle. Very close there. Marauders, they're so beefy, man. The Marauders are so beefy. They're just huge. And mixing in some Hellions. I'm not so sure about mixing in the Hellions. There's really not much else to... There are a few Zerglings, I guess, out here. But still, nobody bothering to try and expand. I would like to see... It looks like just now, of course, when I say that, madferit is going to be taking that hatchery in the back. And we'll see if TheAnswer opts to take this back hatchery, if we see a command center being thrown down. It looks like Guzz is continuing. He's going to continue to pump out some tanks, and now is getting that stim pack and concussive shells for his Marauders. So tanks and Marauders, and it looks like we're going to stick with Roaches here from TheAnswer, but he's going to need another base here pretty soon, as map control right now belongs to the left team, and they have thrown down the first expansion. So the pressure is going to now be on the right team to answer that. If we check the income tab here, we can see actually that Guzz and TheAnswer are better saturated right now at their main bases than would be the other team. It appears just from glancing at the income here, as Guzz, I guess, gets boosted from those mules. But yeah, you can check the harvester count. Yeah, actually pretty even right now. And there we go, TheAnswer throwing down his expansion. And do we have anything sneaky in the works? I don't think so right now. We're going to be playing pretty standard. Looks like Jnrby going to be grabbing this base. And we'll see when and if Guzz opts to try and take an expansion of his own. It may be a while till he can manage that. But it looks like they are thinking about pushing out here and trying to get some of this map control back, as this army is way beefier for Guzz and TheAnswer, and should be able to put on some pressure right now if they want to. Or at least, you see, Answer here has had this Overlord here this entire time, so he knows what's going on at this watchtower. They are going to send out these units to reclaim this watchtower and probably take out these rocks and maybe throw down a planetary fortress at that location to really put the pressure on. Or are they going to try and end it right here? There are 4 tanks mixed into this army, and the Roaches from Jnrby are a bit out of position. They're going to be getting a flank though on the side, and the Roaches from TheAnswer were not in position to deal with it. The tanks are trying to shoot and scoot back, but they are getting focused down. Marauders, however, are going to clean up these Roaches pretty quickly. Concussive shells preventing them from getting away. And Guzz, it looks like, is going to be able to now press the front here. TheAnswer and Guzz looking to be in a pretty superior position. A couple of medevacs would be pretty awesome right now for Guzz, but we'll see if he opts to go in that direction. TheAnswer finishing up his lair, and meanwhile madferit already has his lair. Going to be surrounding these Roaches now with some Zerglings. And the Marauders will be able to protect them. It looks like just enough, and these tanks again getting exposed in the back. The Roaches trying to focus down the tank. They will be able to get one, and the Zerglings meanwhile from madferit. Are they going to be able to get the other tank? It does not look like it. And now madferit in a lot of trouble right now. Some Zerglings going to be streaming in. They will be able to pick off the last tank, however. And it's desperation time for the left team. The drones are coming out and going to surround the Marauders. Drones actually quite effective against Marauders, believe it or not, as they do not take the extra damage. Marauders doing extra damage to armored units, as you all know. Drones actually quite effective in cleaning them up, especially when they've been whittled down that far from so many stims. So a nice play bringing the drones off there from madferit, going to keep them alive in this game, and they do have an advantage of one base. They do have that one base advantage, so you gotta remember that, as Guzz is just now finishing his in-base command center. And these rocks still have not been taken out, so he will not be able to take the gold, at least not yet. But they should be able to clear those rocks pretty safely if they want, after just having wiped out the left team's army during that attack. But he is actually, he's going to go ahead and upgrade to orbital command now. And we'll see where he goes from there. The Answer, however, really needs some more saturation down here at the bottom. He is oversaturated right now by a few drones here at the main. You can see, could be sending a few of them down there to get some better efficiency. Going to be taking out these rocks now. And will this command center go ahead and lift off preemptively? I'm not so sure. Overseer will notice that this is happening, as there's actually only one Marauder and one SCV fighting these rocks. Now everything's shooting it. But nobody bothering with these Overseers. These Marines... Okay, never mind. I totally screwed that up. This is the Answer's Overseer. I am smart. Anyway. And now this Scouting Overlord going to get taken out by the Queens. Not really finding much. There's a few Banelings spread out in here. Not going to be very effective against the Roaches, Marauders, tanks, obviously. So, Guzz, good timing sending these SCVs over. And does the Answer have some more saturation? No, he's really going after that gas. So if I have one critique right now is the Answer's drone saturation. He's got too many at the main and not enough at the natural. But it looks like they are going to be trying to end this game now, as the Answer pulling his Roaches around the side to try and get the best spread he possibly can. However, Zergling's coming in from the right side, getting wiped out by the tanks on the low ground so fast, and Guzz is now going to start leapfrogging these tanks forward, which is exactly what he needs to do. While the Roaches from the Answer try and protect, and look at the Answer even getting that burrow to try and regenerate some hit points on these Roaches. And the bottom team, the left team I should say, is going to be in a lot of trouble right now. These Marauders and tanks are so beefy, man. They're so beefy. As these tanks now... Oh, the Mutas, however, from madferit at the last possible second. Getting out 8 Mutalisks, and there's no anti-air whatsoever for the right team. Oh no, the tanks are all going to get picked off. There are no Marines mixed into this army. And oh, putting all your eggs in one basket. Going to end up costing them, but they just have so many units though. Will the bottom team or left team be able to come back? Or will they have nothing left by the time these Mutas actually kill this whole army? It is quite possible that Jnrby could also lose his lair before these Mutas can do the damage necessary. And oh, the burrow! The Mutas will not be able to finish those off until they get another Overseer. And you see Jnrby desperately trying to morph in an Overseer to deal with these pesky Roaches that are just killing so many drones. Jnrby, you gotta evacuate these drones, man. Evacuate! Muta's just chasing the Roaches all over the place. And are we seeing some more Marines on the way out? We are seeing some Marines coming out now from Guzz to help deal with the Mutalisks. And it looks like that Spire was not able to get picked off, surviving with 124 hit points. And uh-oh, the Answer has a whole bunch of Overlords just rallied over here. And these Overlords are just going to be free kills. But it looks like the left team is going to go ahead and pack it in right now. A little bit preemptive if you ask me, considering there's still really no anti-air to speak of. There is these turrets though now from Guzz being thrown down everywhere. So, and he does have a armory, so the Thors could be on the way, but I don't see any Thors on the way yet. He's instead pumping out the Marines, and it looks like that is going to do it for this game. So I want to thank TheAnswer for sending me this game. TheAnswer and Guzz, a German Masters Starcraft team on the EU server. Definitely excited to know that I have some fans way over there in Europe, so I hope the cast was up to your standards, and I really enjoyed casting it. It was a pleasure. So that is going to do it for me. This is IrieStarcraft, and peace out.